Hello everyone, thank you so much for joining me. I am Ziki and today I am here at the Zimbabwean Embassy in Beijing, and we just held a press conference where we were talking about the removal of sanctions with different ambassadors from SADC region, talking and speaking against the sanctions that were imposed on Zimbabwe. Remember the sanctions when they were imposed on Zimbabwe, they were saying we are imposing these sanctions because of the land reform, and they were saying they're targeting certain individuals, but we have seen that these sanctions are not only affecting these targeted people, they're affecting the generality of Zimbabweans, the poor Zimbabweans. The masses are the ones who are suffering because of these sanctions. So right now I'm joined by one of Zimbabwe's citizens who is based in China, and is going to introduce himself and we'll move on from there.
Hi everyone, my name is Glenn Mosman.
Glenn Mosman, yes. So I'm going to ask Glenn only one question. As a Zimbabwean citizen, how the sanctions have affected him? How have you been affected by the sanctions as a Zimbabwean citizen?
As a Zimbabwean citizen, I would say sanctions have affected me in so many ways, unknowingly also, because before I came to this conference and before I read about this whole sudden thing about the removal of sanctions, my point was like, how is that every nation and every neighboring country of us is more concerned about the sanctions, and yet we Zimbabweans are not that much concerned? It was because I was also in the wrong side of the equation. It is because of sanctions that I find myself here in China trying to fend for my family, and I am separated with my family. I am not where I'm supposed to be in terms of my career-wise. I'm just here because it's a place where I can find good opportunities. So it's all because of the sanctions, because they've been there for the past 20 years and we haven't been okay as Zimbabweans. Everyone seems to be suffering, everyone seems to be having problems. It's not actually, we can't say it's related to any political affiliations or what. It's affecting everyone in Zimbabwe. It's not a member, it's not an individual, it's not a company. It's every Zimbabwean is actually affected by these sanctions. Whether you know it or you choose to ignore it or not to accept it, but it's really affecting us, such that our neighbors are really busy campaigning for us in such kind of activities. So I would like to say sanctions must be removed.
Okay, still on that, you are in China. You have friends out there who are also in China. What can you say the sanctions have caused what kind of problems have you faced in China because of sanctions that you can relate? Maybe this was caused because of the sanctions that I faced in this situation, or maybe from talking to your friends.
One thing that I've just discovered is that banks in the world, they run on corporate relations. So if a country is under sanctions, its banking system also is affected, because some banking constitutions are penalized when they deal with sanctioned countries. So even here in China, when you try to open an account, you try to get something, they will tell you no, your country is not on the list. You are banned from dealing with you. Right now, the latest one is the Everbright Bank of China. It also said it's no longer dealing with Zimbabwe. So these banks are they're being bullied by America to say, if you deal with these people or if you deal with this country, we are also giving you a penalty. So banks are now trying to shy away from Zimbabweans. Banks are trying to close in on us. So we have got nowhere to go. We can't access certain facilities as banking terms. So you can check it out and see that this is because of also sanctions that are imposed on Zimbabwe, that it's difficult to deal with other countries in terms of loans, in terms of anything that is financial.
Yes. Okay, so finally I just wanted to ask you that what word can you tell other people out there who are saying, no, we don't care about that, sanctions don't affect us? What word do you have for them? From what you have heard, from the explanations that were given by the ambassadors who were here, what can you also tell other people out there who still don't understand, how sanctions affect them, or who choose to ignore that they are being affected by sanctions?
Yeah, I will say to those people that as much as we have problems as Zimbabweans of our own, like right now we are busy fighting corruption, we have corruption in the country, that's one we cannot deny, but we are dealing with it. But the major cause right now is sanctions. If sanctions can be removed, we have nothing to blame somebody with. We are now targeting our leaders as they are and say, okay, now there is no sanctions, what else can we do? So as an individual or as a Zimbabwean that is ignoring sanctions and saying it's not a matter of us, there are 144 individuals and companies. Those companies are Zimbabwean companies, those individuals are Zimbabweans. So what if those individuals, they were also running companies in Zimbabwe, and some people lost their jobs, some people they had to lose their jobs because of those sanctions. Some people, companies, they had to close. Someone is a breadwinner in that family and he was working for that company that has been put under sanctions. The family is also suffering. So you have to open up your mind and think again and realize that these sanctions are affecting us, individual Zimbabweans. Actually, even those people that you are saying they are on sanction list and whatsoever, maybe they are living a better life more than you, but you, because you are not getting out and also speaking your mind against these sanctions. So we need a new page whereby there will be no sanctions and we face each other as Zimbabweans. We tackle our problems on another day where there will be no sanctions, because right now even the SADC community is worried. The example that was given by the ambassador, and it was also given by the Mogafuli, president of Tanzania, I said it's like it's a whole body. If one part of the body is not functioning well, it affects the whole body. So if Zimbabwe is not functioning, the whole SADC is also not functioning. So as SADC, we are coming up together. As Zimbabweans also, we should come up together and get rid of these sanctions, and we start to make a new way forward where we can also be accountable and be asking each other what happened on this one. Is it still sanctions? Sanctions, they will be gone.
Yes.
So we have somewhere where to start with.
Yeah.
So even for the community, those to Mr. Trump and all those others, we say, give us another chance. Because if you are saying the sanctions you give them because of humanitarian problems, like how the farmers were taken out of Zimbabwe, okay, it was a humanitarian problem. Now that people are suffering, what do you think? We are now suffering, and the sanctions, it's still, you are now opposing yourself.
Yes.
Because the suffering of Zimbabwe is also a humanitarian problem. We are now suffering because of sanctions. So without the sanctions, I think we can do better, and we can also be accountable. So we need those sanctions to be removed. That's what I can say.
Thank you so much. Hey guys, thank you so much guys for joining me, and you've heard that. We hope that what happened today, the 25th of October 2019, is going to send a message out there to whoever is responsible to look at the plight of Zimbabwe. Zimbabwe has suffered for quite so long. We have suffered, we are scattered, homes have been broken, there are no schools, there are no hospitals, people are dying every day. Just see the plight of Zimbabweans. Until I come back again, I say goodbye.